Hello and great welcome. So after having completed till up to question number 2.3 as far as stock and data system is concerned, now we shall move over to question number 2.4, although it's not a pretty tough one. Golden Traders Limited sends goods to X branch at cost plus 25%. Now rate of profit, you should become deft in it. The rate of profit is given on cost, so obviously you are going to presume cost as 100 and your margin will be 25, your invoice price will be 125, and rate of invoice price will be 25 by 125, that is 1 by 5, and rate of loading on cost will be 25 by 100, that is 1 by 4. The following particulars are available in respect of the branch for the year ended 31st of March 2027. Now the first line is opening stock at branch at cost to branch. Now let me know actually whether it is given at cost or at what we call invoice price. Now kindly let me know. You should be absolutely now perfect in what we call concluding whether it is at invoice price or at cost. It will be presumed at invoice price because it is written cost of branch. Now goods sent to branch at invoice price is already given 1,60,000. And then loss in transit and goods bill phrase. So often we have come across these two items. Obviously these two items will be considered as abnormal loss. In this question there is normal loss also. And as far as normal loss is concerned, I have already told you, first of all, you are going to put it on the credit side of the branch stock account, and later on you are going to take it to the debit side of branch adjustment account. No splitting is required in case of normal loss. Then we have got actually expenses, and then closing stock at cost to branch is given. Once again, it is at invoice price, correct? Recovered from insurance company 12,000. And you should be in a position to do this question of your own, to be very honest with you, but okay, in the meantime, you try to do it of your own. Although I am solving it over here, 2.4 is the question. Opening and closing datas are not given in the question, so you need not require to prepare branch stock account. Is it clear to you? Sorry, branch datas account. I told branch stock. Branch stock is important one. So first of all, we shall be writing here branch stock account. This is your branch stock account. After branch stock account, we will prepare branch adjustment account. This is our branch adjustment account. Branch adjustment account. And after the branch adjustment account, we will be preparing branch profit and loss account. So branch profit and loss account, here we prepare branch profit and loss account. No need to prepare branch datas account. In this, okay, let me keep the sheet of the question, otherwise I will have to flip through. This is the sheet. Question number 2.4, opening stock is given to you. So first of all, opening stock, but it is given at cost to branch. That means it is given at invoice price. So opening stock is 60,000. First of all, you are going to write here 60,000. And then obviously we will have to pull out the loading, and in order to pull out the loading we will have to move to the opposite side, but off branch adjustment account. We shall be writing here load on. I have already told you on many occasions that for opening stock, instead of writing such a long term load on opening stock, you can directly write stock reserve also. Anyway, I will write this way around, load on opening stock. So opening stock is 60,000 and rate of, it is at invoice price, and rate of loading on invoice price is 1 by 5. 25 by 125. So 15,000 will be your loading, correct? Next item is goods sent to branch. Now goods sent to branch given to you is equal to 1,60,000. So you are going to write here 1,60,000. 1,60,000. This is goods sent to branch. Again, we will write here load on goods sent to branch account. Now 1,60,000 into 1 by 5. 1,60,000 into 1 by 5. I think it will be equal to 32,000. Let me check. 1,60,000 divided by 5 is equal to 32,000. So 32,000 will be the loading. After this, the next item which we have got here is loss in transit and goods pilfered. So we shall be writing it on the credit side of the branch stock account, and over here, first of all, abnormal loss you will be writing, and in bracket you write 20,000 plus 6,000. Total abnormal loss is equal to 26,000. And then, because it is abnormal loss, we need to actually find out the loaded portion also. So on the opposite side, we shall write here load on abnormal loss. Now abnormal loss is 26,000 and loading will be equal to 1 by 5, that is equal to 5,200. 5,200, and then abnormal loss at cost, abnormal loss at cost. Total abnormal loss is 26,000 and 5,200 is loaded portion. So in the outer column, I will write abnormal loss at cost 20,800, correct? In this question, we have normal loss also. Normal loss, first of all, you are going to write on the credit side of branch stock account. Normal loss at invoice price 3,000. First of all, you will write it over here. And obviously, now you will write a normal loss on the debit side of branch adjustment account. In this case, no splitting is required, correct? We need not require to split it into loaded part and cost part. Entire normal loss will find place on the debit side of branch adjustment account. Besides that, now we have got sales. Because in this question opening and closing debtors are not there, obviously these sales must be in its entirety cash sales. So 2,20,000, this is the amount which you are going to put over here. And after this, just wait, let me adjust the mic, 2,20,000, and then we have got expenses. Expenses is equal to 35,000, so we will be writing it on the debit side of branch P&L account, 35,000. Further, in this particular question, we are being given closing stock at cost to branch. Now, at cost to branch means again it is given at invoice price. So, closing stock is still at invoice price, although it is written at cost to branch. At cost to branch means it is invoice price, 80,500. Because it is at invoice price, now you will pull out the loading. Load on closing stock 80,000, 80,500. In fact, 80,500. So 80,500 into 1 by 5. That will be equal to 16,100. And then finally we are being given recovered from insurance company for loss in transit. So insurance claim, instead of writing insurance claim, you can also write insurance company, because this much of amount you are supposed to recover from the insurance company, 12,000. Well, in this particular question, now we are going to tally out our, first of all, branch stock account. If we are going to tally our branch stock account, I will tell you the balancing figure. The balancing figure will be 1,09,500. Balancing figure is appearing on the debit side, correct? Now, if it appears on the debit side of the branch stock account, as a rule, first preference should be considered as opening stock, but opening stock is given. Then we shall consider it as goods sent to branch, but again goods sent to branch is also given. So that is why we shall have to now consider it as surplus. So surplus, you will consider it 1,09,500. And then entire amount of surplus will be put on the credit side of the branch stock account, branch adjustment account, 1,09,500. This is your surplus. Now you are in a position to find out your gross profit. In order to find out your gross profit, what you are supposed to do, obviously you will have to balance it down. And when you will balance it, your gross profit will be, or should be, should I say, 1,29,200. 1,29,200 will be your gross profit. Kindly check it also. So gross profit 1,29,200. Obviously now the last thing which remains to be done is to find out net profit. Now as far as net profit is concerned, in this particular question, net profit will be your 85,400. Net profit will be your 85,400. Is it clear to you? Not a very tough question, but just to recap the things which we did in the last session. And you must have seen actually such sort of question have struck with great regularity. All these questions have been extracted from the past examination, I have already told you. Now again, one more question of such nature we are going to pick up. Now in this particular company, Boss Limited is having a head office at City H and goods are sent to City K. Head office is in City H and goods are sent to at City K, where the branch is located at cost plus 25%. So cost will be 100, margin will be 25, invoice price will be 125, and 25 by 125 will be your rate of loading on invoice price, and 25 by 100 will be your rate of loading on cost. Now, in this question, following particulars are given to you for the year ended 31st of March 2026. Now, very first line is quite important. Opening stock at branch at cost of branch. Now, you let me know whether it is given at invoice price or at cost price. It is at invoice price because cost to branch is written. Now, goods sent to branch at invoice price is given. Obviously, this item is at invoice price. Then loss in transit and pilferage at invoice price will be considered as abnormal loss. Then we are being given sales, and now here the closing stock at cost to head office is written. Now, because here it is written at cost to head office, you need to convert it into invoice price. That means this item is at cost. Is it clear to you or not? Expenses are 3 lakh, and then we have recovered some amount from the insurance company. So although you should be in a position to actually do this question of your own, but okay, for your benefit, again I will take the pain of doing this particular question. So 2.5 is the next one. 2.5. So quickly we shall wrap this question also. So first of all, in order to wrap up this particular question, we shall prepare branch stock account. Here we go. We prepare branch stock. Branch stock account. Correct? Once you have prepared the branch stock account, obviously after that you need to prepare your branch adjustment account. This is your branch adjustment account. So here you prepare it, and afterwards branch profit and loss account we need to prepare. No need to prepare branch data. So far all the questions which we have done in those questions, because opening closing datas are not given, so that is the reason actually we are escaped off what we call from preparing branch datas account. This is your question number 2.5. This is the question sheet which I will pick up. In this question, Boss Limited, first of all information is given to you, opening stock at cost to branch. Now because it is written as cost to branch, it means it is given at invoice price. Amount given to you is 4 lakh. So you will write here 4 lakh. Obviously now you will have to take out the loading. So we will write here load on opening stock. 4 lakh is the what we call invoice price, and rate of loading on invoice price will be 25 by 125, that is 1 by 5. So your amount of loading will be equal to 80,000. Afterwards we are being given goods sent to branch at invoice price. So we shall write here goods sent to branch account at invoice price, and this time the figure is quite big, 60 lakhs. So now we will have to take the loading part. So we will write load on goods sent to branch account. Now amount is actually 60 lakhs. So you are going to write here 60 lakhs into 1 by 5. That is equal to 12 lakh, I think so. Yes, it is. So 12 lakh. Then we are being given actually abnormal loss. That is loss in transit and pilferage. Total abnormal loss will be equal to 75 plus 30,000. That is equal to 1,05,000. So 1,05,000 is your total abnormal loss. Obviously abnormal loss will be at invoice price. Now we will write on the opposite side in the branch adjustment account load on abnormal loss. Now abnormal loss is equal to 1,05,000. Loading rate is 1 by 5. So that will be equal to 21,000. And then abnormal loss need to be put on the debit side of profit and loss account. Abnormal loss at cost. Total abnormal loss is 1,05,000. We have already written its loaded part 21,000 in the branch adjustment. Now the remaining part, that is cost part, will be written over here 84,000. Then we have been given here sales, amount of sales. In the branch stock account we shall write sales, and amount of sales given to us is 60,95,000. So 60,95,000 you are going to write it over here. And then we are being given expenses. So expenses will be put on the debit side of profit or loss account. So here we shall write 3 lakhs. After expenses, this time closing stock at branch at cost to head office, because it is written at cost to head office, and in the last session we talked about it. So if it is given at cost or at cost to head office, it means it is at cost. So the closing stock at cost, it is given at cost, that is equal to 1,60,000. Now because it is given at cost, you need to convert it into invoice price. In order to convert it into cost price, you will have to apply the rate of loading on cost. Now rate of loading on cost will be 25 by 100, that is 1 by 4. So I will add 1 by 4 to it. So I will get now closing stock at invoice price, and that comes to now 2 lakhs. So closing stock at invoice price is 2 lakh. And now we will pluck out the loading, and we will write here closing stock at invoice price, that is 2 lakhs. And now because it is given at invoice price, I will multiply it by 1 by 5. However, I am going to get the same amount of margin, that is equal to 40,000. Is it clear to you? And the last item is insurance claim, and I need not require to tell you where I am going to write it, where I will be writing it. So insurance claim is equal to 50,000. Now in this particular question, we shall tally what our branch stock account. The credit side total is 60 lakh 95 plus 1 lakh 5, that comes to 62 lakh, and plus 2 lakh 64 lakh. Now 64 lakh is the total of the credit side, and very coincidentally the debit side total is also 64 lakh. So in this particular question there is no balancing figure. So sometime it may happen that no balancing figure may take place out of what we call branch stock account. You need not require to worry. You simply move over to the next account, and from the next account you simply find out what we call your gross profit. So in this case there is neither any surplus nor any deficiency. So first I will tally branch adjustment now. So if I am going to tally it out, I will get a gross profit of 12,19,000. 12,19,000 will be your gross profit. Then you will be writing your gross profit over here, 12,19,000, and afterwards you will tally your profit and loss account, and finally you are going to get your net profit. So your net profit in this particular case will be 8,85,000. 8,85,000 should be your net profit, should I say this way around. Now so far till up to a question which we did. Of course all these questions have already stuck in the past examination, as I told you, and now we shall be moving over to question number 2.6, and it is quite an interesting one, correct? So question number 2.6, kindly pay attention. As far as this particular question is concerned, here it is written Link Limited with head office in Bangalore opened on 1st of January 2027 a branch at Mysore where all sales were on credit basis. You need to pay attention to the fact that this is a newly opened branch. If it is a newly opened branch, no question of any opening balance of opening stock or opening debtors. Is it clear to you? Further, here it is clearly mentioned that branch does only credit sales. So in this questions, all the sales are on credit. Now we move over to the next. Further, it is written goods required by the branch are supplied by the head office and invoiced to the branch at 20% above cost. So again the rate of profit is given on cost, but this time rate of profit is actually 20%. Now it is written goods sent to Mysore at cost to branch. That means this item is at cost. You will have to, or you need to actually now convert it into invoice price. Not only this, even returns to Bangalore. In Bangalore is our head office, and we have Link Limited with head office in Bangalore. So head office is in Bangalore. Goods have been returned by branch to Bangalore head office, and even the returns are given to you at cost to head office. That means even 840, this particular amount is also at cost price. Sales, remember one thing, all the sales are on credit sales. So in this question, you need to prepare debtors account because credit sales are given. And then we are being given cash receipt from debtors and remitted to Bangalore. Now cash receipt from debtors, whatever cash which the branch is going to receive from the debtors, ultimately that cash must be what we call sent to head office. So nothing new in it. Only important point is that it is a case of cash receipt from debtors. Now cash receipt from debtors, as you know, under debtors system, first of all we write it under the debtors account on the credit side. and then we also put it under the remittances, isn't it or not? But here, we are not preparing any common account. There is no branch account. All accounts are separate and exclusive account, branch stock account, branch adjustment account. So this item, cash receipt from debtors, will figure only in the branch debtors account. Is it clear to you? Also, it is written debtors balances written off as bad. Now, first of all, you are going to write the bad debts on the credit side of the debtors, and also because it is a loss, you are going to put it on the debit side of your profit and loss account. Further, in this question, it is given loss of goods at branch through theft is estimated at 1% of the goods received. So whatever goods which have been received by the branch, now it is written that 1% of the goods received is loss of theft. So loss of theft is not given to us in absolute terms, but we will be able to find it out. So whatever goods which the branch must have received, we will take what we call 1% of that, and 1% of that will be equal to your abnormal loss. Here it is written stock of goods held by the branch on 31st of December 2027 amounted to 5820, but it is at invoice price. Now closing stock is given to you, but closing stock is at what we call invoice price. Now further it is written you are required to record the above transaction in the appropriate ledger accounts of the head office. So in the appropriate ledger accounts, so in this particular case 2.6, this is your question number 2.6. So here I write first of all 2.6, I will write here 2.6. In this question, first of all, I will compute the rates analysis. For that, I need to write here cost price plus margin is equal to invoice price. Margin is equal to invoice price. Now, in this question, it is given goods are being sent at cost plus 20%. So I will consider cost as 100 and margin will be 20 and invoice price will be 120. So 20 by 120 will be 1 by 6. So rate of loading on invoice price will be 1 by 6, while rate of loading on cost price will be 20 by 100, that is 1 by 5. Is it clear to you? In this question, you shall be requiring what we call rate of loading on cost price also, because many items in this particular questions are being given on cost. Now under part B, we will prepare the ledgers. Appropriate ledgers means necessary ledgers. And as we know, under branch stock and data system, there are 4 main accounts actually. One is branch stock account. So we shall be preparing branch stock account. This is branch stock. After that, branch adjustment. This is your branch adjustment account. Branch adjustment account. After the branch adjustment account, now you will be preparing branch profit and loss account. Then I will be writing here branch profit and loss account. And finally, in this particular question, I need to prepare branch debtors account also. So this will be my branch debtor. Now this is the first question actually where we are preparing branch debtors account, because there are transactions, there are credit transactions also. So in this question, as I told you, first of all, we cannot write here opening stock because it's a newly opened branch, and moreover opening stock is not given, it cannot be given. The first information which is given to us is goods sent to Mysore branch at cost to head office. So goods sent to branch. Now this item is at cost and the cost is 22,000. So I need to convert it into invoice price. In order to convert it into invoice price, I will have to apply the rate of loading on cost, which is 1 by 5, isn't it? And if I am going to compute 1 by 5 of 22,000, it will be equal to 4,400. So 26,400 will be the amount at which it means goods are being invoiced to the branch. So we may say that head office must have sent 26 goods having an invoice price of 26,400 to the branch. Is it clear to you? However, we will have to pull out the loading. So on the opposite side, I will write load on goods sent to branch account. So goods sent to branch account at invoice price is 26,400. And now I am going to write here 1 by 6 because rate of loading on invoice price is 1 by 6. But we will get the same margin 4,400. Is it clear to you? The next item in this particular question is return to Bangalore head office at cost to head office. Now again, there are returns and even the returns here are being given at cost. So I will be writing on the opposite side, goods sent to branch returns. As you know, goods returned by branch to head office are put on the credit side. But problem is that even this item is given at cost, 840, this is the cost. So I will have to convert it into what we call invoice price. In order to convert it into invoice price, I need to apply the rate of loading on cost, which we have already computed 1 by 5. Now, if I am going to compute 1 by 5 of 840, it will be equal to 168. So 168 plus 840 will be equal to 1008. So we may say that invoice price of goods return is 1008. Again, now I will have to write the loaded part over here, load on. Goods sent to branch account. Goods sent to branch returns. So such goods which have been returned, their invoice price is 1008, which we just computed. And now in order to find out the loaded part, I need to apply the rate of loading on invoice price. So we will still get 168. Next item is sales. Now, as it is mentioned very specifically in the opening line itself that all the sales are on credit basis, so we are going to write here credit sales. So credit sales, as you know, debtors account will be prepared in the same manner which we adopted under data system. Credit sales in this case is 19,670, but we must not forget that in this method, credit sales, cash sales, both type of sales appear in the branch stock account. So I will be writing here credit sales. Moreover, in this question, there are no cash sales. Now, credit sales is 19,670. So 19,670, I will be writing it over here. Afterwards, we are being given cash receipt from debtors. Earlier, I told you that cash receipt from debtors in this method will appear only on the credit side. Cash receipt from debtors, and the amount is 15,190. Under debtor system, we also write cash receipt from debtor under remittances in the branch account. But here we are not preparing branch account at all. So that's the reason actually cash receipt from debtors will fall only under debtors. Then next item is debtors balances written off as bad. So we will be writing here bad debts. That means these are bad debts. Some balances of the debtors have been written off as bad. So bad debts amount is 640. So I will be writing here 640. And bad debts is a loss to us. So we will put it on the debit side of P&L account also. So bad debts 640 will be written here also, 640. Correct? Then here it is given loss of goods at branch through theft is estimated at 1%. You need to understand this point clearly. See here in this particular case, first of all, you need to know actually how much worth of goods have been received by the branch. And for that, you need to know actually what was the amount of the goods which you must have sent. You are the head office. And head office sends the goods at cost plus 20%. And we computed earlier that goods sent to branch at invoice price is 26,400. So goods sent to branch at invoice price is 26,400. And in this question, there is no goods in transit. No goods in transit is given to us. So it means branch must have received 26,400 worth of goods only. Branch must have received 26,400 worth of goods, of course, at invoice price. Correct? So this is the amount of goods received by branch, now we may say. So now we may also say that abnormal loss will be equal to, because it is given in the question that abnormal loss is 1% of the goods received by branch. So 1% of the goods received by branch. Now branch has received 26,400 worth of goods, and 1% of it will be equal to 264. So in this manner, you are able to actually extract out the figure of abnormal loss. So abnormal loss, intentionally I am writing it with this pen, abnormal loss. So abnormal loss in this case is 1%, which is 264. So 264 is your abnormal loss. Is it clear to you? Now, as you know, actually, abnormal loss, loaded portion will be written over here. Abnormal loss, 264, this is at invoice price, into 1 by 6. It will be equal to 44. An abnormal loss at cost will be put on the debit side of the profit or loss account. So I will be writing here abnormal loss at cost, that is 264 minus 44, that is equal to 220. So abnormal loss at cost will be 220. Is it clear to you? Now in this particular question, the next and the last which is given to us is stock of goods held by branch on 31st December 2027 amounted to 5820. This is closing stock, and closing stock is at invoice price 5820. 5820. This is given to you at invoice price. So we will write here load on closing stock 5820 into 1 by 6. The loading portion will be 970. 970. So now we have incorporated the entire information which is given to us. Now we are going to tally it out. Coincidentally, even in this particular question, we are getting a balancing figure on the debit side. 362 will be your balancing figure. Now you let me know actually what should I consider it. What is the rule? If the balancing figure appears on the debit side, I have already told you the first preference must be given to opening stock. And in this question, opening stock is not given. But at the same time, in this particular question, opening stock cannot be there because it's a new branch. So we cannot consider it as opening stock. Are you getting my point or not? Even though opening stock is not given, but in this question, opening stock cannot take place because it's a newly opened branch. Second preference is given to goods sent to branch, and which is given. So finally, we will have to take it as surplus. Amount of surplus will be equal to 362. And now you are going to write the entire amount of surplus over here. Surplus is equal to 362. After writing the amount of surplus, now you will be computing your gross profit. And in order to compute the gross profit, 4,400 plus 362 minus 168 minus 44 minus 970 will give you 3580. This is your net profit. And now you will take your net profit over here. Gross profit. I told you we got net profit. It's gross profit, right? So gross profit which we just computed is equal to 3580. And now you are in a position to find out the net profit also. So from 3580, we need to subtract 640 and 220. Correct? That means 860 we need to subtract, and we will get 2720. This will be our net profit. And from debtors account, this time we are going to get closing balance, although it is not of much relevance. The reason being is that in this method we are not preparing branch account. So closing balance will be 3840. However, it is not of much relevance, as I told you, because opening closing debtors in the first method are written in the branch account, but here we are not preparing any branch account, so we will leave it as it is. Is it clear to you? So this is how we are supposed to do this particular question, and after having completed this particular question, let's move over to the next one. What is given in the next one? Let's have a look. Here it is given 2.7. Next question is 2.7, and is a pretty simple question. It is just to make you understand an important aspect. Show the treatment of the following under stock and data system. Now here it is written allowances to customer of selling price already adjusted while invoicing. Here it is written allowances to customer of selling price, and below it is given allowances to customer only. So how you are going to treat these two items, this is the point in this particular question. This is my branch stock account. Correct? This is my branch stock account. This is my branch adjustment account. Branch adjustment account. And this is my branch debtors account. If you remember, earlier also we have faced this one, allowances to customer. If ever in the question you come across allowances to customer, allowances to customer is nothing but sort of discount or rebates given to given to debtors or customers. So allowances to customers will always be written in the debtors account. First of all, you will be writing it over here, allowances to customer, allowances to customer. So allowances to customer will always be considered as an item which is related to discount allowed to customer. Is it clear to you? And in this case it is given as 5,000, so I will be writing here 5,000. Because it is a sort of discount, I will also put it on the debit side of branch P&L account. In case if I were to prepare branch P&L, I would have had written allowances on the debit side also, allowances, discount, bad debts. Correct? So allowances to customer treatment is simple. Allowances 5,000. Allowances to customer. However, the confusion arises when it is given this way round. Allowances to customer of selling price. Do you remember earlier we have talked about this particular fact. Just wait for a while actually. So allowances to customer of selling price already adjusted while invoicing. Allowances to customer of selling price already adjusted. If it is given this way round, you will always treat it as normal loss. Now some of you might tell me, sir, earlier you told that if unless and until word normal loss is written, you should not consider it as what we call normal loss. Yes, I stand by my what we call statement. I told earlier that unless it is specifically given that it is a normal loss, you will never ever treat it as a normal loss. You will simply take it as a normal loss. That means we can treat a loss as normal loss only if word normal is written. But this is an exception. If allowances to customer of selling price is given, it means indirectly it is a normal policy of the business to give what we call some rebates out of selling price. Is it clear to you? So that is why it is treated as a normal loss. So allowances to customer of selling price is treated as a normal loss. So it will be written on the credit side of the branch stock account. Allowances to customers of selling price. So if it is written this way round, allowances to customer of selling price, then you are going to consider it as what amount here is 2,000. So I will write here 2,000. Is it clear to you? And because it is a normal loss, so you are going to write it on the debit side of adjustment account also. Allowances to customers of selling price. So you should know the treatment of these two items, because sometimes these two items actually creates lots of confusion. Is it clear to you? Similarly, in 2.8, what is given to us, here it is given goods are invoiced at cost plus 33 1/3%. And question is asking, show the treatment of following under stock and data system. Here it is written goods sent to branch during the year at invoice price. And in bracket it is written including goods invoiced at rupees 20,000 to the branch on 31st/3/2022 but not received by the branch before the close of the year. What does it mean actually? Indirectly it means head office has sent 10,10,000 worth of goods to branch, of course at invoice price. And out of these 10,10,000 worth of goods which have been sent by head office to the branch, 20,000 worth of goods are still in transit. Is it clear to you? And then it is also written in the question invoice value of the goods pilfered. It will be treated as abnormal loss, I have already told you. And because it is given clearly normal loss at branch, you are going to treat it as abnormal loss. Just to make the point clear, just to make the point a little bit more clear, first of all, in this question, you need to understand how the rates will be computed. In this particular question, how the rates will be computed. See here. To make you understand better, question number 2.8, whatever it is, rates calculation. This time you are, first of all, you are going to write cost price plus margin is equal to invoice price. Is equal to invoice price. Now rate is given on cost, but it is given in the question that, let me actually pick the sheet also. It is given in the question that goods are being invoiced at cost plus 33/1/3. So 33/1/3 will become your margin and your invoice price will be 133/1/3. So in the numerator I will be writing 33/1/3 and in the denominator I will be writing 133/1/3. In one of the earlier questions, we also got this sort of rate. Now, it should not pose you much problem actually. In the numerator, 33/1/3 is written. First of all, you solve out numerator. It will be equal to 100/3. Similarly, then you solve out your denominator figure. It will be equal to 400/3. So, ultimately, it will be equal to 1/4. So, that means rate of loading on invoice price is 1/4. And quickly, if you want to compute the rate of loading on invoice price, what you do, you keep the figure of the numerator in the numerator and now take the difference of 1 and 4 and put it in the denominator. So your rate of loading on cost price will be equal to 1/3. Is it clear to you? Now, to understand this question in a better manner, I will give you simply extracts of branch stock account, branch, then we will write here branch adjustment account, branch profit and loss account, and in case we require branch debtors, I will write branch debtors. The first information which is given to us in this one 2.8 that head office has sent goods worth rupees 10,10,000. So in the branch stock account I will be writing goods sent to branch account. Goods sent to branch account. First of all I will write here 10,10,000. So 10,10,000 first of all I will write over here. And then I will pluck out the loading portion. I will write here branch adjustment account. Branch adjustment account. In the branch adjustment account, I will be writing here load on. Load on goods sent to branch account. Now load on goods sent to branch account will be 10,10,000 into 1/4. I think it will be equal to 2,52,500. Let me see. 10,10,000 divided by 4. Yes, it is equal to 2,52,500. But it is also stated in the question that 10,10,000 worth of goods which we have sent, out of those in bracket it is mentioned that 20,000 worth of goods are still in stock. So as you know, goods in transit is put on the opposite side. So I will be writing here goods in transit, and I will also take the loading portion of goods in transit. So I will be writing here on the debit side load on goods in transit, and goods in transit loading will be 20,000 into 1/4, that is equal to 5,000. Then we are being given here invoice value of goods pilfered. It will be treated as abnormal loss. In bracket you can write invoice value of goods pilfered 10,000. So this will be treated as abnormal loss, and as you know, even the loading of abnormal loss will be written. Abnormal loss is 10,000. Your loading amount will be equal to 1/4, that is equal to 2,500. And then abnormal loss at cost, I will be writing here abnormal loss at cost. Abnormal loss at cost. 10,000 minus 2,500, that is 7,500. It will be written under P&L account. So branch P&L account. And last item, we are being given normal loss at branch. So normal loss, you know the treatment. Normal loss, first of all, we put on the credit side of the branch stock account 15,000, and then we take the entire amount of the normal loss and simply put it on the debit side of the branch adjustment account, and we need not require to split it into load and cost part. So this is how you are going to actually reflect the treatment of these two questions. After this, what is given in the next one, let's have a look over here. Well, next one is 2.9. In this particular question, let's see what is given to us. 2.9, it is stated that Classic Limited has a branch at City X. So Classic Limited is having a branch, and branch is at City X, and goods are sent by the head office to the branch at selling price, that means at invoice price, which is cost plus 25%. So again the rate is on cost, correct? And further it is written all the expenses of the branch are paid by the head office. It is but natural that whatever expenses of the branch will be there, those expenses will have to be met by the head office. Further, it is written all the cash collected from customer and cash sales is deposited in the head office account. Correct? So whatever cash branch is going to collect from customer and from cash sales, that is deposited in the head office account. From the following transactions of the head office and branch, prepare account in the books of head office as per stock and data system. So in this case, you are supposed to prepare as per stock and data system. Opening data is given, closing data are given. Both these figures you are going to write under data's account. Then opening inventory and closing inventory is given in the question. You are going to put it in the branch stock account. You will take the loading also. Now cash sales, it will be written under what we call branch stock account. The next item is total amount deposited in head office account by the branch during the year is 1,27,000. Now it is given in this particular question that branch has deposited in total 1,27,000 rupees in the head office account. And we know that branch will deposit that amount which it will collect from cash sales, and from debtors. Cash sales and cash from debtors. Whatever cash branch will collect from cash sales and from debtors, that is actually credited to branch office account. And it is given in the question that branch has deposited 1,27,000 in the head office account. Prior to this figure, we are being given 60,000. Now 60,000 is the cash sales. So if 60,000 is the cash sales and total amount deposited in the head office account is 127, so we can easily infer that cash received from debtors must be 67,000. Cash received from debtors must be 67,000. So you will not write 1,27,000 anywhere, but you will write 1,27,000 indirectly in the form of cash sales and cash from debtors. Now cash sales, as we know, actually put on the credit side of the branch stock account, while cash from debtors is written on the credit side of the debtors account. Return of goods to head office. Now these are the goods which have been returned by branch. You will write it on the credit side of the branch stock account. Now we are being given salary and rent paid. Obviously salary and rent will appear on the debit side of P&L. Now discount and bad debts is also given in the question. First you are going to put them on the credit side of the debtors, and later you are going to put them on the debit side of P&L. Now in this question we are being given spoilage. Now what we mean by spoilage, I will talk about it. Spoilage again is a sort of abnormal loss. You can consider it that way around. Correct? So spoilage is given. Spoilage means some goods have been spoiled. So it is nothing but a sort of what we call abnormal loss. So you are going to put it on the credit side of the branch stock account. And then you are going to take the loading portion and the cost portion, and accordingly you are going to do the treatment. So just for your sake, I will do this question. So here we go. This is your question number 2.9. So 2.9, here I write 2.9. So in order to do this particular question, first of all, I will be writing here branch stock account. This is your branch stock account. Although you can manage this question of your own. Now we will write here branch adjustment account. After branch adjustment, we will write branch P&L. And because opening closing debtors are also given in the question, so we shall prepare debtors account also. Now in this question, the first information is opening debtors. So opening debtors or opening balance of the debtors will be written only in the debtors account in this system, because we are not preparing branch account. Likewise, closing balance of the debtor will also be put in the debtors account only 14,000. Nothing else is needed. Now we are being given inventory. As far as inventory is concerned, opening inventory. So opening inventory is 16,000. Opening inventory is 16,000. You are going to write it over here. And then you are going to write the closing inventory. Closing inventory is 17,000. Now we must also write the loading part. So load on opening inventory. Now as far as opening inventory is concerned, that is 16,000. And rate of loading on invoice price will be 25 by 125, so 3,200. Similarly, we will write on the opposite side loading on closing inventory. Load on closing inventory. Now closing inventory is 17,000. So 17,000 into 1 by 5, that is equal to 3,400. That will be your loading on closing stock. After that, we are being given cash sales. So cash sales we will write on the credit side of the branch stock account. Since we are not preparing cash account, we will not post it anywhere else. Now cash is 60,000. Total amount remitted is 1,27,000, as I talked earlier. Indirectly, it means our cash receipt from debtors must be equal to 67,000. So cash receipt from debtors you are going to write on the credit side of the debtors account. Now cash from debtors. You can simply write cash. There is no need to write because this is debtors account itself. So 67,000 cash receipt from debtors you are going to write here. Is it clear? This way around, your figure of 1,27,000 has been incorporated. Now the next one is return of goods to head office. So goods sent to branch returns. We will write here goods sent to branch. We will write here returns. 5,000 worth of goods have been returned by the branch to the head office. We will write the loading also. Loading on goods sent to branch returns. Goods sent to branch returns. 5,000 worth of goods have been returned. 5,000 into 1 by 5, 1,000 will be the loading. Then we are being given salary paid and rent paid. So we will put simply here salaries on the debit side of P&L account, that is equal to 6,000. And then we are going to write here rent. Rent is equal to 4,000. Then we are being given discount and bad debts. Of course, discount and bad debts we will have to write in the debtors account, but also on the debit side of P&L. So I will write here discount 2,000 and bad debts 1,000. Bad debts 1,000. Bad debts 1,000. Now discount and bad debts will also find place on the credit side of the debtors account. So discount is actually 2,000 and bad debts is equal to 1,000. So you will write here bad debts 1,000. Then we are being given spoilage. Spoilage is given to us, and I will be writing here spoilage. Spoilage is a sort of abnormal loss. Sometimes spoilage is also written as deficiency, correct? So deficiency is already given to you 2,000 rupees in this particular question. Now, spoilage, deficiency or abnormal loss, they have common treatment. First of all, you are going to write the loading portion over here. Spoilage or deficiency or abnormal loss, they have the same what we call treatment. So spoilage in this case given to us is 2000. So I will write here loading 1/5, that is equal to 400. And after that I will be writing here spoilage at cost. Spoilage at cost. Spoilage at cost. Now 2000 is the spoilage, out of that 400 is the loading. So 1600 at cost, you are going to write it over here. Is it clear to you? Now, in this particular question, remember one thing, there are some credit sales also. How I came to know? Because we are collecting cash from debtors, so we must have sold some goods on credit also. And we also know that credit sales are written on the credit side of branch stock account. So first of all, we need to find out credit sales, and for that I need to tally my branch debtors account. The relevancy of branch debtors in this method is only when credit sale figure is not available. So now you will be able to find it out. 70 plus 14, 84 minus 12. So 72,000 will be your credit sales. So credit sales you extracted now by balancing the debtors account. Now these credit sales will be written in the branch stock account also. Credit sales. Very important question this is. 72. Now I will tally branch stock account. And if I am going to tally it, it will be 1,56,000 total. And from 1,56,000, if I am going to subtract 16,000, I will get balancing figure of 1,40,000. So I am telling you the balancing figure. This is the balancing figure which is appearing on the debit side of the branch stock account. Now you tell me, what should I consider it? Should I consider it as surplus? Should I consider it something else? So often I have been telling you that when the balancing figure appears on the debit side, your first preference should be the opening stock or opening inventory. But opening inventory is given. Now your second preference should be goods sent to branch account, and in this question goods sent to branch account are not available. So that is the reason you will consider it as goods sent to branch account. Is it clear to you or not? So this time you will consider it as goods sent to branch account. 1,40,000. Now you will also take the loading of this. So loading on goods sent to branch account, 1,40,000 into 1 by 5. That is equal to 28,000. 28,000. And now you will tally your branch adjustment account to find out your gross profit. So your gross profit in this particular case will be equal to 26,400. 26,400. Now you write gross profit over here, 26,400, and from there on you subtract this much, and that will be equal to 10, 10 plus 2, and that is equal to 12,000, 12 plus 1, 13, 13,000, 14,600. So if I am going to subtract 14,600 from 26,400, 26,400 minus 10, 12, 13, 14, 14,600, I will get 11,800 as the net profit. So net profit will be 11,800. So this is how you need to actually do this particular question. Interesting one, as I told you. So well, after having completed till up to this particular stage, I think this much is enough in this particular session, and then we will continue with in the next session with some more question of this particular method. So till then, time to say goodbye.